Okay, good morning, everybody. So, and the first thing is, just to head this off real quick, if you like this, let me know and give me some feedback on this. Um, and I will do more of these. I'm just going to do a short, because I was doing my study this morning, my Bible reading, and I came into, I do my Proverbs chapter every morning before I eat my breakfast. Every day, I just make sure I do at least one chapter. So in chapter 27 and verse 2, it says this: let another praise you, and not your own mouth, a stranger, and not your own lips. And I was thinking about this, and as a musician, we have to sell ourselves. And, when you have a job interview, and I'm putting my resume together, and, I've been through 6 years almost of college, and it's only because I changed my major once early on, um, that I've gotten all the way up to a 6 years. What am I saying? I went 8 years. Then I got my doctorate, and I was a semester behind, and I doubled up early on. Um, is what I meant to say. But when we're doing our resumes and things like that, or we go and have an interview of sorts for a job, um, or whatever it is, and we always have to kind of sell ourselves, and we have to kind of talk ourselves up so that we sound good. um and so this verse made me think, because where then do we become guilty of, or when do we violate that particular verse? um because it's not so much that we're praising ourselves. Like, I've said in the past, like, I'm proud of my accomplishments, but I'm proud without being prideful. And I guess, it's like, where do we draw that line? Because, when we go into a band, we tell them, I've done this, I've played that, I learned this, I've been there, I've done over there. And we talk about the things that we've done. Um, when you go to a job interview, you really emphasize your skills and where you've been and what you've done. And so, um, no, you don't do this, and we don't lie and make things up, obviously, because then we're in a whole other area of sin. But it's like, where do we then, when is it like saying, man, I've been over here and I've done that and I've done this, and, I've been to college, and, I love my college education. I loved it. I absolutely love learning. And so I often will tell people, I've got a doctorate in counseling. I loved every year of college, that, every semester. Sometimes it got overwhelming, but I really do. I love my education. Nothing greater than studying. And I'm still taking college courses, kind of auditing, taking them for free, but just for growth and staying up on my field, which is counseling and ministry. So all that to say, when does it become sinful to boost ourselves? What do you think? I'd love to see what you write in the comments. And you know, it's when do we cross that line? It's one thing to say that, I've been here, when I was playing out and doing that regularly. Before I became a Christian, I hung out, and a bunch of friends, made some friends in the music industry. After a Christian too, more so on the Christian side. Um, I've got some big names as friends, and I've recorded. I've got 3 albums out, and there's things that I've accomplished, and I've gone farther than, say, my dad, who was a local musician and stayed that way, and a cover musician, I should say, doing all covers and stuff. He never wrote an original. So, and I think of also, just in closing, cross-referencing this with 2 Corinthians, chapter 10, verses 12 and 18, where it says, we need to be cautious not to commend ourselves based on ourselves, or to commend ourselves based on others and comparing ourselves to others who commend themselves. But when God has done a thing in us and commends us, then we are truly approved. And this is very true because, you know, I've often heard a lot of people. I've heard people say when I'm, doing ministry, evangelism, and just talking with people, either they'll say, I could be worse than I am, or I'm not as bad as I used to. Or I've also heard them say, well, this one over here is doing that and this and that, and I'm doing much better than them. I've also seen people very close to me who look at other people and say, I haven't really gotten far in life. I should be, they're younger than me and they've gotten so much farther. We don't compare ourselves to other people. We compare ourselves to ourselves. Where do we stand with God? Um, and we don't compare ourselves to ourselves in that way that I mentioned earlier to say, I'm not as bad as I could be, or I'm not what I used to be. But it's more comparing ourselves to the scriptures, as the scriptures are the standard. So, when it says in 2 Corinthians 13:5, to take evaluate yourself, examine yourself to see whether you are in the faith. Um, that's what they're talking about, to make sure that you're using the scriptures as your standard. So I'm gonna probably stop there because I wanted to keep this as a short, which it's only 6 minutes, but so let me know what you guys think. How much is it okay to say, I've done this, I've done that, and be proud of what you've done, while realizing obviously that God is the one who did it through you, but at the same time, I've met like some really really cool people who have when I was a kid I wanted to be, and I'm going to do this in my next video on all things music. It's part 2 of my throwback. We'll deal with it there. I'm gonna leave this here, but comment, like this video. If you haven't yet, subscribe to my page, Reverend A. Matthews. No, nope, nope, nope. My bad, my bad. Aaron Matthews. My YouTube channel is Aaron Matthews, and I'll put a link to it on my Facebook. But let me know what you guys think. Subscribe, share these videos around, and I would really be interested to know what you guys think on that. Is it okay to kind of talk about ourselves a bit and be proud of where we've been and what we've accomplished? Or is it completely wrong all the time? And is it always boastful? And if not, when does it become boastful? All right, so God bless you guys. Have a great Friday, and I will be back tomorrow for a new video, All Things Music, and part 2 of my throwback. God bless you guys. Have a great one.